Well, what do we have over here? Could it be? I think it is. Brand new fuel filter for the Rabbit. You know what that means. We're going to go out there, slap this thing on, and see if we can't get that thing running. Well, here we are at the Rabbit, and I haven't been able to get this thing running in probably a year or two, because I think the diesel in it's pretty nasty, and the filter's probably clogged up, because when I did have it running, it ran like crap. You get no power at speed. It acted like it wasn't getting fuel, like it was clogged up. So we can go ahead and see if we can get that off of there, dump the fuel out of it, see how that looks, and maybe see if we can drain the tank a little bit and throw some fresh stuff in and see if we can get this thing started. That'd be awesome. Alright, let's see if we can get this filter off of here. That's pretty nasty. Some crap living in there. Yeah, she got a little bit of water in her. That's rusty. Wow. Well, I don't know how well you can see that, but that's the diesel that came out of the filter, and that thing is just completely rusted up. Guess that's what happens when you let diesel sit for years and years inside the tank. Well, I crawled under the car here in hopes of finding a drain plug somewhere on this tank, and I didn't see one, but lucky for me, there's a fuel line right below there. I just took that off, and hopefully we'll be able to get all that old nasty diesel out of there and drained, and we can put some fresh stuff in and make this thing run. Well, while I'm waiting for the tank to drain, I figured I would go ahead and prime this line here and into the pump, and then I'm going to go ahead and dump some diesel into that filter, get that all primed up. Hopefully I don't spill too much, but once that's done, the tank is drained, I can add some gas to the tank or some diesel and see if this thing starts, I guess. But first, let's see how much diesel I can spill. Well, there we go. I'd say she's primed. I think we can go ahead and slap her on now and put that fuel line back up, and hopefully that part will be ready to go. Alright, once the tank's drained, we'll go ahead and plug the battery in and see if this thing will work. Hopefully the pump's not all screwed up from all that water being in there, but I guess we'll find out. Well, I've got about as much fuel drained out of it as I think I'm going to get, and I went ahead and I added about 5 gallons of fresh diesel. And everything's buttoned up front. I may still have some issues with maybe air in the lines or the pump not working or something, but we're going to go ahead and give it a shot and see if this thing starts anyway. Well, apparently that battery's not the best, so I'll have to move the truck in and jump it, but got a few pops out of it. Maybe it'll actually run. Alright, I've got the truck hooked up, got the jumper cables on. Let's see if that helps. Well, I think I still probably have some air in this system, so it's not sucking it in. So I'm going to prime that line, I think, one more time and see if that helps. Well, some sort of fuel must be getting through to the injectors at least there, because I cracked the lines and I got fuel coming out of them. And if I keep cranking it, every now and again it'll fire up, but it won't run long. So maybe I just got some real nasty watery fuel in there, and I got to work that through the pump and the injectors before it'll start. I don't know. But every now and again it wants to go. It'll run for a second and then die, so I'm just going to keep doing that, and we'll see if that fuel works its way in and this thing stays running. Well, I think we may be getting somewhere, because it starts a little bit quicker, and every time it fires up, it runs a little longer and it sucks a little more fuel, so I think we may be onto something. I'm going to plug that back in, and we'll just keep trying it. Well, we're definitely getting closer. Hopefully it'll start to draw fuel on its own and keep running. Let's hop in and keep going and see if we can get her to go. Well, we'll let that battery charge up a little bit and keep going. We're getting somewhere. Well, we're getting a little bit closer every time. Problem is the truck's not keeping up with charging that battery as much as I'm cranking it, so I have to let it sit and wait. But we're getting there, I think. It runs a little bit longer, starts a little bit quicker every time, so hopefully we can get this thing to run. Sort of idle for a while, but it won't do anything beyond that. Let it run, maybe it'll smooth out. I kind of doubt it. Well, I think I'm going to call it a day on this one. I got it to start and idle, but it won't do anything past that. And that could be clogged up injectors, it could be something wrong with the pump, and the way that old filter looked with all that water and rust in there, I wouldn't be surprised if it's one or the other or both. But at least I got it to start and run, or idle anyway. So I suppose I'll probably have to take a look at them injectors and see if I can't do something with them. I'm not buying new ones, that's for sure. And put them back, and that still doesn't do something, I'll probably have to look at the pump. But for now, I think we're going to call it a partial win, I guess. And we'll deal with that later.